2 trillion galaxies. Two trillion in the piece of the universe we can see. I don't think anyone knows what that means.
Well, we're about to find out what it means. But now let's find out what is a galaxy.
A galaxy consists of hundreds of billions of stars left over from the creation of the universe, the Big Bang. They look like a gigantic disk, a huge simmering disk of stars. Our galaxy, for example, is the Milky Way galaxy, and the nearest galaxy to us is the Andromeda galaxy.
That's not real. There isn't a single full photo of the Milky Way, which is the galaxy we live in. Every full image you see of the Milky Way is an illustration. We cannot see the Milky Way like this, and I don't think humans ever will.
I have never recorded or seen a galaxy whatsoever, not even a hint of one. Not even a hint.
On any given night, if you have good vision and you're looking up and there's no moon, you can see about 3,000 stars. When a full moon comes out, the 3,000 drops to about 300.
Okay, so the last time we saw that all the telescopes worldwide, whatever their size, are incapable of showing us clear pictures of stars. All they are showing us are big blurred spots of lights, and we are being taught that these are the precise shapes of the stars. Now we also saw that all the space agencies and all these observatories worldwide seem not to care about observing stars that are close to us, but are clearly obsessed with observing stars that are, according to them, very far away from us. Only obsessed about discovering new worlds and new galaxies that are like billions of light years away from us. Now, since all the pictures they bring us back from there are the same than the ones that we already had, like, big blurred spots of light. So we figured that, this whole thing might be just to enforce the idea that the space has depth, that space is deep. Now this whole thing brought us to think about the galaxies. What about the galaxies? We are being told that we are actually living into the Milky Way galaxy, and that there are like trillions of galaxies out there. Now, since we're starting to understand that in fact space doesn't have any depth, and that all the stars are like close to us, so of course, it makes sense at that point that also galaxies should not exist. Now we decided to check it out. So now the first thing we did, of course, was asking Mikey Smith, who for years has been taking thousands of pictures and videos of stars. So we asked him if he ever saw a galaxy. After years of filming stars and the skies, and so you never saw galaxies, that's what you're saying?
No. Absolutely not. No galaxies in the last 3 years. And like I said before, I'm zooming in to them so I should see them more clearly. And they should be poking out, poke.
Now, the second thing we did was to analyze as many videos and pictures as possible of all these, galaxies that are like widespread all over internet. And this is what we found out. Now on internet, there are lots of pictures and videos of galaxies all over the place. Most of them are being provided by the astronomical establishment, including NASA, ESA, all these space agencies, and all these, observatories worldwide. Now, since NASA and all its associates already lost all credibility for having been caught so many times faking their videos, their imageries, and their space missions, so we're not interested into what they have to show us. And even though we look at what they have, what they show us, we right away see that it's just like computer, generated images, and that it's all artistic drawings of deep space, and so we're not very interested into like what they have to show. Now, what was much more interesting for us was to analyze the pictures and the videos from the little guys, from all these telescope amateurs, watching stars with their own telescopes out of their backyards. Because these people, of course, don't have any interest into like faking their own images, faking their own videos. So this is where we went in order to see if there were actually true pictures or true videos of galaxies. And what we found out, so far, all the pictures and videos of galaxies we've seen on internet from private people are fake. How does it work? In most of those videos, you're going to see someone, with a telescope in his backyard, adjusting his telescope, and then you're going to see him like zooming through the telescope onto real stars, and all that so far is real, it's not fake. But at one point, when he's supposed to show you the galaxy, is supposed to see through the telescope, then you see that it's a foreign picture like that pops up out of nowhere, and that shows you actually a computer generated image of a galaxy that has nothing to do with what is supposed to see through his telescope. So it's all the same, it repeats itself all the time, and actually it's amazing to see how many of these videos there are that are all actually fake. They don't show you true pictures of the galaxies. They show you like fake ones with real telescopes, with real people, but fake pictures. You understand? Now, of course, you're gonna see that most of these channels have lots of subscribers, lots of views, and then you're gonna realize that, of course, these channels are being sponsored actually by the astronomical establishment in order to spread their own pictures all over the place and give you the impression that the galaxies are accessible, they can be seen by anybody. Okay, so now, like we said before, the last time we realized that all the telescopes in the world, those big observatories and big telescopes and the Hubble telescopes or whatever, are actually made to enforce that lie that space has depths. So that's one thing. Now, how about the galaxies? What is the point to invest so much to make you believe there are like trillions of galaxies, out there? Well, the answer is very simple. It is because if there are so many galaxies, that means there are other planets like ours, and there are many, many of them, and therefore there must be other civilizations, like other life forms, other people like us, and most especially people more advanced than we are. And that's the lie that I want to enforce in making you believe that there is a multitude of planets and galaxies out there, and that automatically, mathematically, it has to be like other lives, other life forms, other civilizations, alien civilizations. So the lie of the galaxies is linked to the lie of the existence of aliens in space. You understand? So what we are doing here so far is just sharing with you an ongoing investigation. We are still investigating, and as we are progressing and learning more and more, we also have to unlearn what we have been taught, and this indeed takes time and effort. Now the good thing is that all these videos, these telescopes conspiracy videos, have been reaching the astronomical community, and many of its members now are gravitating around us in order to meet with us and debate these old subjects, because this actually does indeed challenge the entire astronomical society.
We live in a universe so immense, with countless galaxies each holding billions of stars. It's almost impossible to think we're truly alone. Could it be that intelligent civilizations exist out there, yet none are close enough for us to ever know?
I find it inconceivable there aren't other civilizations out there somewhere. The question is how far, really? Do they overlap in time, and how far do you have to go to find one?
Is there any alien life, and are they watching us?
Well, first of all, I don't know if the aliens are out there, but I'd be shocked if they weren't. We have cataloged so far 4,000 planets going around other stars in the galaxy.
You run the numbers and you realize it would be inexcusably egocentric to suggest that we were alone in the universe. And so anyone who's actually studied the problem would say, sure, the statistics strongly argue in favor of life.
When I look up at the sky at night, I see 100 billion stars of the Milky Way galaxy. It would be arrogant to think that we are alone, that we are unique and special.
If you ask me, do I believe there's life in a universe that is so vast that it's hard for me to comprehend how big it is? My personal answer is yes.
We are losing our capacity to distinguish what is true from what is not, what is objectively true.